Hello, this is Janet McBride, your septuagenarian apologist, and I want to talk to you about the New World Order. Oh no, not the one that the Antichrist is going to rule and reign over. That one is coming, and coming very soon, I believe. However, there is a New World Order that transcends all of that on the earth, and I'm going to tell you a way, according to the scriptures, how you can taste just a little bit of God's New World Order that is coming at the end of the age. First, let's discuss what's going on outside of our hemisphere. There's a global electromagnetic resonance. It's a phenomenon that is associated with the Earth. And because we live in the time-space continuum, we have the physical laws of the universe. The frequency of the Earth belongs to theta waves in our brain. We have several levels of brain waves, and the fourth level is the theta. It's a very deep wave, and it is the level of our brain that actually connects with the resonance of the Earth. Now, why am I telling you all this? Because there is a way in the kingdom that you and I can experience what it's going to be like when the earth is transformed. At the end of the age, when all the destruction is gone, there's going to be a new heavens and a new earth. But right now, we can experience a taste of it in the theta wave layer of our brain. Do not be conformed to the world, the scripture says, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect in the will of the Lord. Now, the renewing of your mind in the Greek is that area of your brain that is spiritual. And this is the area that we can experience the transcendent resonance of planet Earth. In the kingdom, you have the ability to supersede all the negativity. This is why the act of speaking in tongues is so powerful, because it transcends brainwaves. I've done other videos where they've shown that when people pray in tongues, there's a part of the brain that ignites that nothing else that the human being can do will ignite that part of the brain. Just speaking in tongues, because it transcends the normal realm of frequency, and it is spiritual. Psalm 3:3 tells us that our King is the glory and the lifter of our head. Now that is an idiom for he lifts our head above the fray and the chaos of the earth. Our head can be lifted high into this sphere, this realm where there is perfect electromagnetic frequency, because it is the frequency of the King of Kings. Well, how can you get this? Well, Ephesians 6 tells us that we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with powers, principalities, and spiritual wickedness in high places. Now, that word in the Greek means higher than the realm of the earth. You're going into outer space, basically. And he says in Ephesians 6 that we put on the helmet of salvation, and it means all around and through your brain. It's not merely what a football helmet does or a motorcycle helmet. They just cover the skull. But the helmet of salvation, as described in Ephesians 6:12, is actually it's a spiritual covering that goes through your brain to the theta level and lifts your head to the glory. It's curious. This word helmet appears only twice in the entire Bible. In Ephesians 6 and also in 1 Thessalonians 5:8, and both are referring to a supernatural covering that permeates it completely through the brain. Now, this is the only preview that I know that we can have of the New World Order that's coming where there is no tribulation, no more tears, and as you will hear now, the laws of physics will not apply.
Well, we talked in previous episodes about how we live in a universe where God set up physics that doesn't change. And because of that, we can trust what God's revealed to us in nature, just like we can trust what He's revealed to us in Scripture. However, the Bible also tells us a time will come when physics will change. And Jesus was very explicit about this when he talked to his disciples. He says, I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you'll have tribulation, but take heart, I've overcome the world. Basically promising He's going to take us into a place where there'll be no more tribulation. You know, as an astrophysicist, I like to paraphrase this text. In this world you'll have thermodynamics, you'll have gravity, you'll have electromagnetism. And if you got those laws of physics, there will be tribulation. We're all in a state of decay. As you said, we know that death is inevitable. Our bodies are going to decay to a point where they can't function anymore. But He says, take heart, I prepared a place for you where there will be no gravity, there will be no thermodynamics. As it says in the book of Revelation, when it talks about the new creation, there will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has been passed away. I'm making everything new. And so what you see at the end of the Bible in Revelation is a description of this brand new creation. And repeatedly in the Bible it tells us the universe that we look at, it's going to disappear. It's going to fade. The stars are going to burn out. They will vanish. There'll be no more. As it says in the book of Isaiah and the book of 2 Peter, a time will come when God's going to take the entire physical universe, roll it up like a scroll, and basically it will disappear in a fiery heat and be no more. The universe will disappear. Heaven and hell remain. The spirit beings that God created, angels and humans, they'll remain. As it says in Ecclesiastes, eternity is written on our hearts. I've noticed when I debate atheist scientists, they can't get away from the fact that our life has meaning beyond these few decades we have here on earth. It's written on the heart of every human being that we're going to continue to exist. Our consciousness will proceed throughout all of eternity.
It sounds like a wonderful place, this new world order. And it's the promise of our future. It's the promise of our Father. It's what Yeshua bought for us on the cross. So until that day comes, we can experience a taste of it with the helmet of salvation as the Lord lifts our head into glory. So continue praying in tongues, continue seeking His face, seek His righteousness in the kingdom, and you too can transcend the electromagnetic frequency of the earth. Shalom.